So this is part 12 of my recording. I'm a victim of sexual trafficking, and I'm also a victim of Trump. So my in my earlier recording called off. So this is now part 2 of my recording. This is the part where Trump was calling Africans shithole country, and I believe it was in direct connection with the fact that when I was rented homeless by the NYPD in 2010, I sued the NYPD in 2013, and Eric Garner was helping me with the court papers. And the NYPD went and took Eric Garner dead, where I gave Eric Garner the court papers on Bay Street and 4th Avenue, and Bay Street and Victor Boulevard on Staten Island. You know, so before I gave the court papers to Eric Garner, I used to, after I was rendered homeless by the NYPD in 2010, I used to hang out in Trump's hotel in New Jersey, gamble, and use the bathroom because I have diarrhea. So the security guys racially profiled me and banned me from the Trump Hotel. I think it's called Taj Mahal. So I had my tape recorder, and I thought I was going to sue them. And Trump being racially profiled. So I was under FBI surveillance then because I had an immigration case. I just finished in court. So the FBI was so I believe Trump has links in the FBI that told them, look, a Nigerian. I was a male then. I'm now a transition. They must have told the Nigerian guy is going to sue you. You know, so so I believe this is where Trump developed the term shithole country, because I used to go use the bathroom in his hotel. I had diarrhea, and they banned me from coming to the hotel or using the bathroom. So in 2014, I gave the court papers to Eric Garner to help me give it to the NYPD. I was suing the NYPD then, and the NYPD went and took Eric Garner dead. And Trump ran for office and became president after that, and was calling Nigeria shithole country, and put a travel ban on Nigeria, and also I was talking about Trump around 2019. He was running for re-election. I said, Trump, people shouldn't vote for him because it was putting police in the immigration court. And my mother had been killed by her daughters, Balani and Flora, who filmed mental illness of my mother. My mother was a U.S. citizen, and my friend Uganda was killed. And I said Trump blocked justice for my mother by putting the immigration police in court. So I couldn't go to court to testify for my mother. So my case was dismissed out of the Manhattan Civil Court. I had like a wrongful death case filed at that time. So I think Trump, in his revenge, because I was trying to sue him, I was trying to get rid of me from the country, but I had a green card. So instead, he was arresting people, even that people that have green card, I would deport them to the wrong country. So around that 2019, I was still talking about him, that people are on the train and everywhere. So I guess, somebody must have told them that there's this Nigerian talking about you on the train. And so I started doing immigration raid in New York, even though I had a green card around my birthday in July 2019. He was doing immigration raid in New York then. So I was set up by the police. As Trump was doing this immigration raid, I was in Bay Ridge and 4th Avenue, and the police came and choked me. Because I was campaigning for Biden, and I was telling people to vote for Biden, and the police came and choked me. So I want to play the video of the police choking me. The video is somewhere in my YouTube. I hope I can locate it. So the police came and choked me as I was campaigning for Biden and stuff in New York. So this is the video of the police choking me in 2019. Trump was doing the immigration raid in New York in July 2019. So this is the video. I don't know why it's not loading. That's the police. They put their nail on my neck. This video, as you can see, I'm being choked. As you can see, the police were choking me in this video. I'm not going to play the video now. I'm appealing for humanitarian assistance. My life is in danger. So you can watch the video on my YouTube. My has been killed. So before I play the video, I'm going to give you a preface of
But
what
the
led
news
to
on my
this.
neck, you can watch the video on my YouTube.
So I'm a Nigerian
Because
transsexual,
I have to
and
do
I've
this very
experienced
fast.
horrific
Because
human
my
rights
phone,
abuse.
yeah, I have to do this very fast because my phone freezes. So I can't play the whole video. So you can watch the video. So they took me to the psych ward. And they said, because they said, you know, they're going to lock me up in the psych ward till the election is over, because I'm speaking about Trump and Trump needs to win the election. I'm like, you can't be serious. NYU Psychiatric Hospital on Berridge and 4th Avenue. You know, they said they're going to lock me up, you know, for public safety because I'm talking bad about Trump. And they believe anybody that hates Trump, you know, has a mental illness. And Trump's son-in-law Kushner was friends with the head of the NYU Psychiatric Hospital. So the NYU hospital was friends, the director was friends with Kushner. I believe they went to the same college together. You know, so they locked me up in the psych ward because I was talking bad about Trump. You know, and they diagnosed me with hatred of Trump. And they put him in my medical papers that I hate Trump. I diagnosed me with every mental illness. So I told them they can't be serious. I called the Nigerian embassy. I told them, can you please help me, Nigerian embassy? My friend Erugana was choked dead by the police. I have the evidence. I spoke with Erugana before the police went and choked him dead. I gave Erugana court papers, and I said the person when I choked him dead. I said I have the recording of Erugana when I gave him the court papers at the same place where the police went and choked him later. You know, I said I have it saved in my storage. And I was speaking with Nigerian embassy from the psych ward. I said also my mother's daughters, Bolani and Flora, are U.S. citizens. They killed my mother for insurance fraud. I said I have the recording from my mother saying I was about to kill her. I said you Nigerian government, you have a relationship with the American government, a bilateral relationship, that if a crime occurs, you both of you will solve the crime. Many Nigerians that dupe white Americans and they flee to Nigeria, the Nigerian government would deport them back to the US. So they come and face charges. You know, I said, can you please help me for Erugana's sake, for my mother's sake? I said, both people are US citizens. The Nigerian government embassy told me, no problem, we'll contact the Nigerian president. I was like, good, my mother knows the Nigerian president, Buhari. Said, you know, my mother used to be part of the Nigerian military. I said, please tell Buhari that my mother will be so happy in a graveyard. I said, don't worry, we're going to contact the Nigerian president and we're going to help you, okay? They told me not to worry. I told them in the psych ward, I said, we're going to pay your storage fee, we're going to help you. So I was in the psych ward, and and the Nigerian embassy never came to help me. They sold me out. You know, I was like, why are they not trying to help Erugana? Why are they not trying to help me? You know, so I called a lawyer. I was like, I want my case transferred to court, to the mental health and hygiene unit, because the hospital said they're going to keep me in the psych ward so I don't disturb the election, because they want Trump to win the election. And, you know, and they had already choked me with the police. There was blood all over me. They said, we're going to keep you here, okay? You know, and when they were choking me, they took my green card from me and everything. You know, I was at the hospital, can you please help me? They told me, no, we can't help you. Call the police yourself. So I called the police, and the lady answered. I said, no, when they were choking me, they took my property. I said, I just want to make sure it's in the prison. And the lady was hanging up the phone. And the hospital was down. The prison was downstairs from the hospital, NYU Psychiatric Hospital, on Berridge and 4th Avenue. You know, and she kept hanging up the phone. And then I called her again. She was like, "Stop calling. We don't have your stuff." You know, so she was trying to drive me mad. You know, so she hung up on me again. So I called the Department of Investigation. I said, look, I'm put in the psych ward wrongfully, and my green card and everything was in the bag, and the police told me they were going to put in a prison, and now a lady hung up the phone on me and told me they don't have my stuff, and told me to stop calling. So the Department of Investigation said they're going to come and investigate. So they sent their guys, and they came into the hospital, looked at me, and went away, and wouldn't talk to me. They were wearing suits. So I told the hospital, I said, I'm expecting a visitor, Department of Investigation, and the hospital told me, yeah, they came. They were the guys in the suit. I said, why wouldn't they talk to me? They said, we told them not to talk to you, that, you know, you can't talk to anybody. I said, why would you lie? And they didn't answer me. So they obstructed justice for me. And why would the Department of Investigation not talk to me? And I think, you know, they was trying to lie that, you know, I was on medication and they don't want to talk to me because I was on medication. You know, they were forcing me with the medication, and they were telling me, stop calling people, otherwise we're going to give you the ketamine. The ketamine is a drug that they inject in you and will kill you. A black American, Elijah McCain,
in Denver, Colorado. Around the same time, I was in a psychiatric hospital in New York City. The police arrested him in Denver. Said he looked crazy because he was wearing a jacket in November. It was a hot day in November, just like the November 2024 that was hot. It was a hot day in November, but he was wearing a winter jacket. I said somebody called 911, a Karen possibly called 911, that is a black guy walking around with a jacket, and it's a hot November day. I think this guy is crazy. And he told the police in Denver that he's not crazy, he has anemia. And the police said, no, we're going to take you to psych ward. I told them no. And the police began choking him. And they called the ambulance, paramedic to inject him with the ketamine. And they said when they injected him with ketamine, he went into heart attack mode. And the mayor of Denver said they're not going to file charges. I was here in New York, and last year telling people to keep calling the mayor of Michael Johnston, that they had to file charges, that my mother was killed in a psych ward here in New York City. I said, they have drugs that can kill you, like Activin and ketamine. So people started calling the mayor in Denver, and truly, they took the police officers to court and the paramedic, and they convicted them last year. The police officer was convicted of manslaughter, and the paramedic of misuse of medical device, the ketamine. A Canadian actor also was given the ketamine in California, and he died. So they were trying to give me the ketamine, in NY Psychiatric Hospital in 2019. They told me stop telling people and talking bad about us. Otherwise, we're going to give you the ketamine. They said we're going to give you the injection to silence you. And the Nigerian embassy never came to get me from the hospital. They promised they're going to help everybody, they're going to help me, and they never came. So I called the lawyer, the patient lawyer. I told them, please take the case to court, to the Brooklyn Mental Health Hygiene Court. And that lawyer, she was a white female, and she was wasting my time, but she eventually agreed, And on the day of the court hearing at the Brooklyn Mental Health Court, the Nigerian embassy told me they were waiting for me in court. They've been calling my name. The hospital still held me. I'm like, the hospital's not releasing me. I called the Daily News also. The Daily News was waiting for me in court. So they've been calling my name at the Brooklyn. The hospital won't release me. And the hospital told me, listen, we're not going to take you into court. Even though you're scared for a court hearing, we're kidnapping you and we're dropping you off in Manhattan. And when we're taking you to, you stay there. And stop talking about Trump. Stop talking about the election. Because if we find out you're talking about Trump again, we're coming back to get you. And this time, you're not coming out. I was like, yeah, I just want to get out of the hospital. Whatever you say, I'll comply. I said, okay, now sign the Medicaid form. I said, I'm not signing nothing. I said, this is fraud. I said, you're not coming out if you don't sign the form. I said, I can't sign the Medicaid form. I said, I don't belong in the hospital. You were medicating me against my will. I said, this is fraud. I called the Medicaid office. They hung up the phone on me under Trump. It's like, they can't deal with fraud. I said, I called the Department of Investigation. They refused to help me. So the hospital reluctantly put me in a van, and they came and dropped me off in front of Bellevue Hospital. And they told me, walk into that Bellevue shelter and stay there, and don't you ever talk about Trump again. My mother was killed at the Bellevue Hospital. I was shaking. I didn't really know the area. I didn't have money. I was like, so I went into that shelter and I walked back out. Without money, I was stranded. I was like, I don't want to stay in the shelter, because me and my mother used to stay in the shelter before, and they poisoned us with Activin. They poisoned us with what's the name of that stuff? Oh my! I can't remember that poison. Anthrax. My mother had blood coming from her nose. I had blood coming from my nose. I went to Colorado Hospital. My mother went to Stein University Hospital. We both couldn't breathe, and we were sick in the shelter for days. And then we decided to both go out. We thought we could, we just ignored the sickness, and I had to go to the hospital. I stopped breathing while I was on the train. So I ran to the hospital. My mother also, she stopped breathing, and they rushed her on Staten Island to the hospital. So that was 2011. So they poisoned us with anthrax because we were suing the city. My mother, filed a complaint with 311 against the city of New York, and she went on WB11 News to say the NYPD is terrorists, and they were following my mother with the police, arresting her, following her regarded that was helping us record paper, choke her regarded dead. They poisoned us with anthrax. It was a white substance. I cannot lie to you, DA. Me and my mother, I was under FBI surveillance. We came into our shelter room on 800 East 12th Street, Brooklyn, and we saw a white powder in our room. And me and my mother was like talking to each other, what's this white powder? And it was only in our room. They said the landlord's sister works with the HPD. It was an HPD shelter for those that were vacated. And the landlord's sister didn't like my mother and say, we may have disease on us because we're Africans, so that's why they sprayed us with a white substance, and that stuff was anthrax. Because my mother felt sick so bad and I felt sick so bad, and the shelter was telling us we have to leave the HPD shelter. They told my mother to go to the hospital because she has a heart disease. Say the hospital would find another place for her to live. That the HPD shelter is not forever. They say that we Africans, we like free stuff because the HPD shelter we weren't paying. So they say, they can't keep us there forever. So I think that's why they poisoned us with anthrax. So my mother will end up in the hospital, and I will end up in the hospital. I said the hospital will find us a place to stay. But the hospital discharged me, Coney Island Hospital in 2011, but my mother, they kept her in Staten Island University Hospital. I had to go get her, just for them to discharge her. As a matter of fact, when I went to discharge her, they told me, the HPD guy was telling me, where's your mother? I said, my mother's in the hospital. He said, good. I said, why is that good? He said, because the hospital will find a place to stay. You guys can't stay in the HPD shelter anymore. We don't want you here. You guys, we told you to go find a place to stay, and you're not cooperating. I said, we're looking for a place, but my mother is very picky. She's looking for a place. She wants a place on Staten Island. Nobody wants to rent to us in Staten Island. He was like, no, you guys gotta go. You gotta go. He's like, you can't be picky. You're Africans. You can't be picky. We told you to move out. He said, now that your mother's in the hospital, said we're going to tell the hospital to hold her until she find her a place to stay, but she can't come back here. I said, you can't do that. She's an American citizen. And they told the hospital to hold her. So they told my mother, that they're going to test her for craziness and lock her up in the psych ward. So my mother said she was fighting them in the hospital, and they were about to beat her to death. And she was shouting, and so one of the doctors heard her screaming. She was saying, get away from me, don't touch me. They were going to handcuff her. She was screaming out loud. She said she was about to die. She told me she was about to die because she was screaming so loud. She couldn't breathe. She had anthrax in her. But they were told that we're going to lock you up in the psych ward because the shelter said they don't want you back, that we have to put you in the hospital and keep you and find you a place. That we as Africans, they don't want us in the HPD shelter. So my mother said she was screaming out loud that she doesn't want to go to psych ward. She said she was fighting them. She brought a pen. She was like, they come near her, she was going to stab them. So then the doctor heard her screaming, and the doctor was like, Esther, is that you? My mother said, yeah. And she was like, why are you bothering Esther? Esther used to work in this hospital, Richmond Hospital. So Esther is a nursing assistant. So Esther is not crazy. And the doctor says, please discharge Esther. And then the hospital, then they said they can't discharge her, because the shelter doesn't want her back. So I went to the hospital. I was like, just discharge her. We're going to find another place to live. That was how we ended up leaving the shelter. Because we didn't want them to poison us with anthrax again. So I was on the street and started. I met a recorder. He told me he was going to help me. He listened to my story, so I'm going to help you. So they were horrible to you guys. I'm going to get you guys justice. The NYPD, when I choke a recorder dead. The FBI surveillance people, I'm talking to a recorder. So, this is a terror town, and this Trump and NYPD, so I was campaigning against Trump. I told people not to vote for him. That he's a bad guy in 2019, so they locked me up in the psych ward in 2019, and the hospital told me, we want you to just stay away from the street. We want Trump to become president. They were just, they were insinuating that. So we're going to just keep you here in the hospital, because everybody's complaining that nobody likes you, and you're talking about Trump, you know. So they were just, they were insinuating that, based on what they were telling me. And that was why they locked me up in 2019 in the psych lockup, even though I wasn't crazy. They just did that to make sure Trump won the presidency, because there was criminal charges that was going to be filed against him in New York, and they felt if it was, if he didn't win in 2020, or because I was campaigning against him in 2019, they felt if he didn't win, it was going to be locked up. So that was why. And his son-in-law Kushner was friends with the director of the NYU hospital. So they locked me up in 2019 at the NYU Psychiatric Hospital. And the Nigerian embassy promised to come and help me, and they didn't show up. But they went to the courthouse, because I had the hospital's lawyer for patient, transfer my case to the Brooklyn Mental Health and Hygiene Court. So that shows obstruction of justice. And the hospital never brought me to the courthouse. So they ignored the court order to present me, and the Nigerian embassy told me that they went to wait for me in court, and they said I didn't show up, and that's it, they're done. And they promised to help me later. They told me they were going to help me pay for my storage. I told them I have evidence for regarding my storage, and evidence for my mother. My mother was telling me my daughter was about to kill her in 2015. So I recorded my mother, and I recorded regarding her, and the embassy promised to help me. They didn't pay nothing. And my storage during the COVID in 2020, my storage, extra care storage in Harlem, and American storage on Staten Island, even though Comas puts a collection freeze and eviction freeze for commercial tenants and residential tenants, my storage did an illegal auction. I even called the police on them, that because Como said no indoor gathering, and the police on Staten Island was like, no, even though Como said no indoor gathering, we're going to let them sell your stuff, and they sold my stuff. Regardless, recording that will show Erugana was purposefully killed, both extra care storage on Staten Island and American storage on Staten Island, both American storage on Staten Island and extra care storage in Harlem, sold all of my stuff, that could have helped Erugana, and because I was just a foreigner, Trump was president, so I've been homeless on the street. My mother's daughter also took my green card, because the immigration sent me 2 green cards mistakenly after my court case was over in 2008. They sent me 2 green cards. My mother kept one for me. When my mother's daughters killed her, Bolani and Flora, they stole that green card and everything my mother had, all my mother's belongings. Then when the police arrested me in 2019, the second green card I had on me, they stole it. So now I don't have a green card anymore or nothing. So that's called a kidnap. That's called a kidnap and stuff. Because when you take somebody's travel document. So I used to travel to New Jersey to inform people not to vote for Trump, and then they took my green card and stuff. So I can't travel anymore. And this is how just Trump was able to win the election this time around, because I couldn't travel to talk about him, and stuff. So this was when I was chokehold. Even though at that time the chokehold in 2019, there was the Erugana law, and the Erugana family was already in court against the Erugana killer to fire him from the job, and that time I used to panhandle and talk about Trump, that people shouldn't vote for him. So while I was panhandling, that's when they came and chokehold me. The first time the guy was touching me in a sexual way, Bay Ridge and 4th Avenue, and I told the guy to stop touching me. I said the police camera was recording, that the police came and said they heard I was fighting with somebody. I said, yeah. I even thanked the police for coming. I said, I was trying to call you guys, but you guys never helped me. I said, I'm getting attacked everywhere, and this guy came and was sexually touching me on my head, and I told them the police camera over there is recording. I said, I want to file a police report against him. I said, thank you for coming, officers. Before I could finish talking, they knocked me on the ground, beat me up, and put their nail on my neck. That's their nail on my neck.
and they took me to the NY Psychiatric Hospital. Even I was thanking them, said, I thank you for coming. I thank you for coming. I was even trying to call you guys. I said it's on camera. This guy was sexually harassing me on the street, touching me at nighttime as I was panhandling, and they choked me. Then while I was in the psych ward, the head of Homeland Security, because as they were choking me, I was trying to get up, so they all laid on top of me, kneeling on top of me. This is my second phone. It doesn't show so good, but you can watch it on my YouTube. They were all kneeling on top of me. I was trying to get up, but they wouldn't let me get up. And they were putting a nail on my neck, and I didn't do nothing wrong. All I was doing was just trying to get up. I didn't fight them. Then the head of Homeland Security under Trump did a press conference and said we need immigrants that can get up. He said we need immigrants on their 2 feet that can stand on their 2 feet. I was being chokehold. So the head of Homeland Security, and even this New York Post, his name is Godwin. His name is Godwin. He's pro-Trump at that time. He put in an article. I was reading it while I was in while I was in the psych ward. He said all of Trump's enemies are going crazy. They are suffering from Trump mania. Yeah, and his article was making fun of me, and he was so happy. All the conservatives, they were so happy. So none of them got prosecuted. The police officer that choked me, none of them got prosecuted. So now fast forward, the Nigerian embassy also got all my stuff stolen. Because my mother said the Nigerian government is corrupt. She sent a luxury car to Nigeria in the 1970s. They stole that car from her when she got to Nigeria. They said she's too young. Said that car is for. They told her, the customs agent in Nigeria told her that car is for big boys. Young girls like her shouldn't be riding big cars in Nigeria. Even though my mother had a sick child, and she sent, after she finished college in America, she took that child to Nigeria, because that child was eating lead poison. So she went back to Nigeria with that child because she didn't want that child eating lead poison. And she bought a house in Brooklyn, and she left the house and went to Nigeria, and the car she took to Nigeria, the Nigerian government stole it from her. Because Nigeria was under military rule. So she came back to America. The house she bought in America, somebody did a forgery of the deed and stole that house from her. So she was just getting robbed, and that daughter, Flora, grew up. My mother won money for that daughter for lead poisoning, and that daughter killed my mother for insurance fraud. So my mother was just an unlucky woman. She matched for every garter, and she got killed also. Nobody matched for her. So now, some criminals, I believe, the Nigerian government and some criminals here in America, they believe I can be sexually trafficked. They believe, my case could make a lot of money. And they plan to feign mental illness on me and deport me to Nigeria as a crazy person that can't live in America alone, and possibly get me raped and kill me and say, the money for the NYPD evicting me, and the money for me being poisoned with anthrax. And also, when the immigration arrested me in 2000, I had a green card, but the immigration said children are not welcome in America. So I've been trying to sue U.S. immigration. I had a green card in my immigration files. My immigration file number is A7795462. It will show when I arrived, I had a green card in my passport. But the immigration said children are no longer welcome in America, and they arrested me and strip searched me and everything. They were strip searching people in New York like crazy in 2000. Even Arizona said that when they were arresting me around that time also, they were strip searching in Staten Island. So your law enforcement were going goo gaga crazy, just nakeding all the African guys. Also, they was nakeding all the African guys. I was a male back then, so I guess they were just were curious, So they would arrest African males and would strip search us at the airport and toss us in jail. So Arizona said they were doing the same thing also to him. They were strip searching. So it's horrible. Your city is horrible to blacks. So now the criminals in Nigeria, the Nigerian government, they said the Nigerian government is one of the most corrupt. So I believe the criminals are telling them, the Nigerian government, that look, let's get this person deported, okay? And claim they're crazy and they can't live in America anymore, and rape me in Nigeria and create a child or children and say no, and give the property to the child and possibly kill me.
I believe this is what they're trying to do. Because why would the Nigerian government help me? And I've been snitching on them. There's a Saudi Arabian journalist. He was talking about it bad about his country, and they invited him to the embassy to come get his passport. He went to Pakistan. Kachinoki, I don't know how to pronounce his name. They told him to go to Pakistan, leave America, go to Pakistan to get his passport. I said the Saudi embassy killed him. So I've been talking bad about the Nigerian government, and I've been attacked everywhere. People with fame mental illness on me anywhere I go. Strangers, and they'll try to lock me up in the psych ward. So that, and I believe they want to either kill me in the psych ward and get me deported. So I'm not safe in Nigeria. I was abused in Nigeria. That's why my mother brought me here. And I had a green card stamp in my passport. I testified against the Nigerian government. So in case I'm declared crazy again, please, I'm not safe in Nigeria. Please, my auntie DA, broken DA, step in. Say I have a green card. I want to remain here. And if in case I'm killed, only International Human Rights Organization or Human Rights Group in America should handle my burial. I don't want my body sent to Nigeria or my life or dead. I don't want to be cremated. I want an autopsy done, to show what kind of way I was killed. So now they've been sending their police. I believe some of the rogue police are working with the Nigerian government. So anytime I try to use the bathroom, this year I tried to use the bathroom at the Port Authority, and the police came and kicked the door open and told me to walk out naked. I was about to shoot me. I said, no, I told him, why you kick me out of the bathroom naked? I was about to put my pants up. Said, don't put your pants up. I'm going to shoot you. Said, I'm afraid you're about to reach for your gun. I said, I don't have a gun. So the Port Authority police did it to me in May this year. So I believe they either want to kill me with the NYPD police because I sued the NYPD and Uganda was helping me with the court papers. They took Uganda dead. So I'm the last living witness. So they want to either kill me or have me deported to Nigeria or lock me up in the mental ward. So this Eric Adams is also. I thought it was first with the Eric Adams family, but they said it's been sent telling the police to lock up homeless. They said there's a guy now that stabbed people to death. That stab people to death in Manhattan. So anytime somebody does something bad, immediately they would the police would try to lock me up as a crazy homeless also. So I don't know the name of the guy, but I saved the website on my phone. So I'm trying to find the website, my phone is freezing again. I hope it doesn't cut off. So this is the guy. They said this NYPD has been guilty of doing that. So whenever a person of color does something wrong, they'll start arresting every person of color. So this Eric Adams is saying, we have a mental health crisis. So and he said he supports Trump because Trump wants to pardon him. So I believe I may be sold out by the NYPD and Eric Adams, because they believe I'm Trump's enemy, because Trump committed election violence in 2019 because I was campaigning against him, got my green card stolen from me, and locked me up in a hospital where son-in-law was friends with the director, and the fame mental illness on me. And so this year I couldn't really campaign for Biden and Kamala because I didn't have a green card. I used to travel all over America to campaign, but now I don't have a green card. So I'm afraid because in places like Texas now they're arresting people that don't have status. They're arresting immigrants, even though the Supreme Court is temporarily allowing them to do that, even though it's against federal law for a state to be enforcing immigration law. So I'm afraid to leave New York without a green card. So I couldn't really campaign against Trump. The last time I campaigned against him, Biden won. So I went to campaign against him all over America this time around, but without my green card, and I've been getting punched in the head anytime I talk about Trump. And while Trump was doing his criminal airing, he was raising his hand like a punch. At that time I was talking about him on the train throughout the criminal proceeding in Manhattan. So I was doing something like a punch. Now people are punching me and running away. Anytime I mention Trump, they'll come and punch me. So this is the guy that was locked up, that they said is crazy and killed people. So I believe they may want to lock me up also as another crazy, and believe the public, they want to play up to public sympathy. So I may be killed by this NYPD and they'll claim it's accidental and claim they didn't just want another crazy person to harm somebody. So, so I'm always afraid anytime somebody does anything bad, the police will try to lock me up. So in case I'm killed, I'm not a troublesome person. The police just trying to play to public sympathy and hope they'll call it an accidental killing. And the only reason why the police will kill me or try to arrest me is to either get me deported as a crazy person or kill me because um, I have evidence that they killed Eric Garner purposefully, and they're afraid I have evidence against Trump also. He won that election by fraud. Voter intimidation is not allowed. It was misrepresenting facts, saying the Manhattan DA brought false charges against them. You can't misrepresent facts, and people were voting for him. Based on that. Even though the Manhattan DA had evidence that that he did wrong. I didn't really follow the court case very well, but I'm sure they had evidence, but was misrepresenting facts. And now he's going to get away with it. So the police may try to hurt me because they want Trump. They said the governor Oko went to the funeral of a police officer from Long Island killed this year, and they said that the police chased Governor Oko out of the funeral. Said they want more power. And Governor Oko is a lawyer. She was witness to this police acting unruly, and she had the state police that could arrest those police officers. She didn't do that. She helped them cover up their unruly behavior. Someone like me, I don't have power. The police, they're invading any bathroom I'm in. They'll kick the door, open the port of authority, throw me out naked. And people were laughing at me, watching me naked, and they tell me, don't you dare move your pants up. We're afraid you have a gun. So your bullies are going gaga, cuckoo, gaga, and they're trying this to the wild, wild west. And they're so happy this Trump is going to be president, is going to pardon them. And this Eric Adams also is fertilized with Trump pardoning him. And he said it's going to allow immigration enforcement. It's going to stop the sanctuary city. So I don't want to be sold out. So please, Manhattan DA, please help me. And I believe some of your media are aware. Because I reached out to a Black American radio host. During COVID, I explained to him. And also on Hot 97 April, I also reached out to this guy called DJ Envy. Because, I explained to him. So I believe your media is aware. I told them my story, and none of them helped me. But even this April, he started telling people to call his radio show. I never used to listen to his radio show before. I used to listen to DJ Envy. But because DJ Envy didn't help me, I started listening to April. And then I'm under FBI surveillance. I believe somebody was snitching, that this African is listening to your radio show. So April started saying he wants to help people that are that are suffering from COVID, but you have to call in to ask for help. I didn't know it was a setup, so I called in and asked for help. And he didn't give me no help. And he was saying, please keep calling in and ask for help. I'm going to, I kept calling in to ask for help, and he wouldn't give me no help. So it was almost like I was stalking his radio show. Then all of a sudden, he started saying he likes to date listeners. He likes to have sex with listeners. Okay, then all of a sudden, I started noticing people will come around me, start bumping to me in a sexual way. I don't know if he was sending those people, to try to connect me with them, but I will curse those people out. I said, stop bumping into me in a sexual way. Men and women, And yesterday, I went, I was in Brooklyn, then he started saying somebody's going to get punched soon, on his radio show, and Laura Stiles was laughing, and that same day I got punched, July 3, 2024. I got punched. I was sitting down in Brooklyn because I was refusing to love advances. I was like, how does this Ebro know? That I'm going to get punched. And I got punched. I called the police, and the police was like, are you crazy? We don't see nobody punching you. Do you want to go to psych ward? I was like, no. Somebody punched me, and they ran away with a bunch of kids. And the police tried to make me look crazy. So your police are trying to force me into some sexual relationship with a radio host. And today, yesterday's show, Ebro says jail isn't fun. That was his yesterday's show. you know. And I've been so afraid after this guy killed somebody that the police will lock me up in jail, in the mental ward. As a matter of fact, I spoke to a black American guy and he told me he spent 2 years in psych ward. You know, he told me he spent 2 years in psych. I said, really? They can do that to you in America? He was like, yeah. But he told me he liked it. He told me it was really crazy. I was like, but that's an infringement of your rights. I said, you want to get a lawyer to fight this? Like, no. He said they gave him disability check after that. And he was so happy about it. I was like, sir. But he told me he had a drug abuse problem. He said they can lock you up for 2 years in psych ward and keep you away. His name is Atiba. I said, give me your phone number. And he gave me his phone number. So I believe my phone is being hacked. So this Ibro must have hacked into my phone and I spoke to a black American male. His name is Atiba, and I wrote it down. Detained in hospital. My phone is not so clear right now. For 2 years. So this is his phone number. I just spoke with him on Saturday. Today is November 20th. Wednesday. Tuesday is November 19, Monday is 18, 17 is Sunday, 16, November 16. So please call this guy up. He will tell you I just met him on November 16, and I was asking him if he's homeless. He was like, yeah, he's in the shelter. And he told me a story that he had to spend 2 years in a psych ward. So that's what they do to black people in America. They will lock you up in a psych ward. So I believe this April must have due to the FBI connecting me they must have listened to my conversation, and it's like he's trying to force me to a sexual relationship with him. And yesterday's show was like, jail isn't fun. That was his yesterday show. And then he started playing the song, and he was singing the song, although we've come to the end of the road, I can't let you go, So I'm going to, so I'm being sexually trafficked. I've told all these people I don't want any sexual relationship with them. I post videos online. I'm not looking for a sexual relationship. Thank you, no thank you, but no thank you. I was calling this show because he said, he wants to help listeners. And it didn't happen with nothing. But tell us to keep calling, and I'll call his show, leave him voicemail. So that doesn't mean I like him. I'm not looking for any sexual relationship with anybody, and I don't want to have a chat with anybody. They say if you have a chat with somebody, if you die, if the police kill you, the child will inherit all your property. So I don't want no chat with nobody. I'm good. So I'm going to play the show. Wait, we started singing. At the beginning of the show, was playing a Nigerian artist saying bad for bad. I don't know, it's a Nigerian artist in the UK. I believe it's a Nigerian artist. So I'm going to play the show.
Una forma de progresar en el mundo de negocios? Cambridge College abrió un nuevo programa de MBA completamente en español y en línea. El MBA en español está diseñado para adultos que trabajan, siendo accesible y factible. Si ya tienes un grado de licenciatura y ganas de avanzar en tu profesión, comienza tu MBA en una de las mejores universidades para latinos. Visita hoy mba-enespañol.com.
Because I was listening to the show with my second phone. So this is like like Weinstein and all these people. They said they use intimidation to force you to into sex trafficking. So this is like intimidation. I'm afraid of being locked up because anytime that a person of color does anything wrong in New York City, the police will start arresting blacks. And with me, they've already misdiagnosed me as mentally ill. So I'm afraid they're going to frame mental illness on me, and the police have been getting aggressive, kicking doors open when I try to use the bathroom, and will try to lock me up. So let me play the show. It was playing a Nigerian song at the beginning and saying jail isn't fun. So what kind of message is it communicating? In Nondo, so.
Save big on your Thanksgiving feast,
All in the Kroger app. Buy 2, get 3 free on 12 packs of delicious Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or Dr. Pepper. Then get a juicy frozen grade A Butterball turkey for 99 cents a pound. Limit 1 with a $25 additional purchase, all with your card. Shop these deals at your local Kroger, less than 5 miles away. Or tap the screen now to download the Kroger app to save big today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Prices and product availability subject to change. Restrictions apply. See
There's
site
so
for
much
details.
noise.
I don't even care. I got jewels in the safe that I don't even wear. I wear. What's he talking about? He's got jewels that he doesn't wear. The jewels doesn't wear. Right.
Yeah, so I was playing a song, I believe it's a Nigerian artist. His name is Steppa. I don't know how to pronounce his name so good. He was saying, we can go band for band. I don't know what that means, what that song means. But I was standing on Chambers and Broadway on Monday. The street near 2 blocks away from the city hall. Chambers and Broadway on Monday, November 18, 2024. I was begging for money and somebody left a red hoodie on the sidewalk. So I was staring at the red hoodie. It was a nice hoodie. I didn't pick it up because it's not mine, but I liked it. So I was staring at it, you know. So anyway, and Ebro is talking about is talking about a shirt. So I don't know if he's sending a signal to me that he wants to send his agent to meet me there to possibly give me money. But I don't know what the money is going to be for. I don't want to be a surrogate. I don't want to adopt his child. I don't want any child. If you wanted to help me just on humanitarian reason, yes, I can take humanitarian assistance, but with no condition attached. So, because somebody has been sending somebody to help me with money and stuff, but they wouldn't tell me what the money is for. As I'm begging for money, the person will just show up, So, so one of the such incident was on Monday. I was in Brooklyn, and there was this black American male. I met him at Fulton Mall, and I asked him, "Sir, could you help me with some change?" I was like, "I don't have any money to give you. I have a credit card." I was like, "I could buy you food." I was like, "Sure." I was like, "It was like, just name any restaurant, and I'll pay for the food." I was like, "There's a guy. It's called Brothers Food Cart." He was like, "Really? You don't want a real restaurant?" I was like, "No." I was like, "I'm not dating you." I'm like, "Why would I want to go to a real restaurant with you?" I was like, and I was like, "I really want cash." He was like, "No, I don't have any cash to give you. I'll buy you food. I have a credit card." I was like, "Yeah, there's this food cart, called Brothers. I said, it's like 1 block away. Let's go there. You can buy me food." I was like, "I appreciate it, sir." It was like, "I would like to take you to a restaurant." I was like, I'm like thinking, "No, I'm not dating you. I don't want to go to a restaurant and sit down with you. I'm not that I don't like you or whatever, but I'm not looking for any date or whatever." I didn't tell him all that, but I was just like very weird. It was very weird that he wanted to sit down with me in a restaurant. People don't usually do that to a beggar. Why would you want to sit down with a beggar? So I thought he was doing a little too much. So I was suspicious. Could this Ebro have sent this guy to me as his agent to make it look like, I'm dating him and I'm trying to adopt kids from him or whatever? So, so I didn't know what that was about. But when the guy was criticizing the food guy, so I'm going to play you the video documenting this. Okay. That's the kitchen, Brothers Kitchen. So the guy was a black American male. He told me he wants to take me to a restaurant and we sit down and eat together. I'm like, nah, I don't think so. I'm not dating. I don't really know you, sir. So I was like, but there's a food cart. He said, like, really, you prefer food cart to a real restaurant? I was like, yeah, because I'm not dating you. I don't know you like that. So I prefer food cart. I said, okay, sure. So the food cart told me what I wanted. I said I wanted rice and French fries. So he told me it's going to be $8. I said, no, I said, it's going to be together. I was like, no, that's nasty. I don't want it. I don't want it together. I said, I want a separate plate. I said, if it's going to be separate plates, it's going to be $12. So the black American meal paying for the food was like, why are you changing the price though? You said $8 for both, together. So why don't you just make it $4 separate, $4 separate? So the guy was like, no, I'm going to charge $12. It's going to be separate because the plates cost money. So I'm going to use 2 plates. So the guy was like, don't swindle me now, because some of you like to swindle people, And then when the guy gave the black American male gave the Arab guy the credit card. Then as the black American male was leaving, he did a peace sign to the Arab guy, a number 2 sign. So I was like, this is why aren't you like cursing the guy out? Why are you not doing the 2 sign to him? And the police camera was recording. I was like, is this some kind of secret code? Like, I'm not in a relationship with anybody. I'm not adopting any child. So I went back to the restaurants. It's on my YouTube, this food court, yesterday, November 19. I was like, so I was trying to make sense, like, did you see the guy show you a peace sign? But the Arab guy doesn't understand my English. And it was just like, did I come to make trouble? You already told the guy it's $12. Do I want a refund or what? So the guy doesn't understand my English or whatever. So I'm going to play the video, but it's on my YouTube that would show.
Hi, remember me from yesterday? A guy bought me food here yesterday.
No.
That wasn't you? Huh?
لا يا باشا دي كانت واحدة رقمها $1.5 $6 ومع واحد بطاطس بيتزا ولب بقى. بص ازاي؟ لو بتوصل بتوصل كل حاجة. شوف انت بقى عايز ايه.
What does it say?
Yes, the guy give somebody give you $6. He said $12 to give you 1 food.
Yeah. Remember the guy did a peace sign?
One order $10.
Ask him. Does he remember the guy doing a peace sign? He did a peace sign.
This one order $10.
No, I'm saying that.
No, one time.
No, the guy did a peace sign when he was leaving.
No, he gave only $12. That's it.
Yeah, but didn't remember the guy doing a peace sign like this. Ask him.
Yo, there's so much background noise. That's me trying to confirm whether I remember the guy that came with me the other day on November 8, 2024. The guy was criticizing my friends that the food is too expensive, and he did a peace sign to him. I'm like, how do you go from criticizing somebody and saying, I hope it's not trying to swindle us because we're black, to now doing a peace sign to him? I said, what's the peace sign about? So I had to go ask the guy again, but the guy doesn't really understand my English. So please watch the video on YouTube. So I believe the guy was sent by Ebro to buy me food and to look like, to make it, I guess to cause confusion, to look like I'm dating him and to make me look like I'm a surrogate. I heard there's a black American actress. She had the same problem. She was married to a black American male, but the black American male was earning less than her. So they divorced. They didn't have any children. So the black American male went to court and during the divorce said the black American actress told him to go adopt a baby from China, and now she has to pay the bill till the child becomes 21. And the black American actress said, I never had any agreement with this man who was my husband, who was her husband, but the court said, we believe the guy, you guys were married, and he said you orally agreed for him to go and adopt a child, so now you're going to pay child support for 21 years. So they said in America, anybody can claim they were dating you, and you agreed to adopt a baby, you're the surrogate or whatever, and in case you killed the child, they inherit all your property. So it's like, I'm being sexually trafficked. I'm not trying to date anybody. So please tell this Ebro and anybody to stop and desist. If they want to help me on a humanitarian basis, they can, but with no condition. Because I'm a street handler. The Legal Aid Society took the NYPD to court, and the city of New York to court that if they vacate somebody like this, they should give us hotel rooms. And the court ordered them to be giving us hotel room, but the city of New York is not giving me no hotel room. It's giving it to black Americans. So that's why I'm on the street. And they ordered the city of New York to be giving us stipend. So now I'm in danger of being sexually trafficked. I'm sorry I'm screaming.
because there's so much noise in the background. So, and it's hard for me to piece the evidence together, because, it's like these people are trying to create confusion. So I wouldn't really have the evidence. But this Ebro guy, because I have been very worried that I may be arrested, since a person of color killed many people and they claim he's mentally ill, and already Eric Adam jumped on the matter and said that this is what he's talking about, that he wants the homeless arrested and put in psych ward. And a black American guy told me, his name is Atiba, I put his phone number earlier in the video. He said when they lock you up in the psych ward, they can keep you for 2 years or more. So please, I'm an important witness to Eric Garner's killing and my mother's killing. I don't want to disappear. I don't want to be kidnapped. I'm not crazy. I'm willing to submit to any court-ordered mental health test. So please, District Attorney Alvin Bragg, please help me investigate this. I'm a victim of attempted sexual trafficking, and my mother's daughter stole my green card. I had 2 green cards mistakenly given to me by immigration. My mother's daughter stole the one I had on me when the police, when they killed my mother. My mother's daughter stole the one my mother had on her when they killed her in 2015. Bolali and Flora stole that green card, all my mother's properties. And the one I had on me when Trump was doing immigration raid, the police arrested me and took that green card from me. So now I don't have green card. And they say when people are homeless or a foreigner, they can be sexually trafficked easily. So I believe, because the Nigerian government is so broke, and also and the Nigerian government is the most corrupt. The Nigerian money is losing value. So I believe that they may try to kidnap me and take me back to Nigeria as a crazy immigrant that can't stay in America no more, because nobody likes me in America. And it's the police instigating people to attack me in America. I don't have a problem with anybody really, apart from the police instigating people to attack me. As a witness for Eric Garner. And they may try to lock me up in the psych ward and deport me to Nigeria. It happens a lot. People that get deported from America. It happened to a Nigerian guy who was deported I was reading about it here in America in a Nigerian newspaper. They say he used to live in Texas, and the Texas police arrested him. He was married to a black American, he's a Nigerian male. He had a green card, and the Texas police beat him up and sent him on a plane to Nigeria. And he was stuck in Nigeria. He couldn't come back here. So it happens a lot. So the Nigerian government is not trying to help me get justice. I've got to get justice. I believe they're trying to get me deported so that they could possibly kill me in Nigeria and claim I have children and the child inherits everything. And the Biden administration wouldn't help me either. My mother, U.S. citizen, killed. My friend Organa killed. I think the Biden administration is scared that if they help me, the U.S. government may have to pay money the way Trump was arresting immigrants and deporting them just to scare me, because I was trying to sue Trump, because I used to go to his hotel after the NYPD took my home in 2010. I used to go to his hotel to hang out in Trump Hotel, Taj Mahal, I think that's what it's called, and they were racially profiling. So, but he had a black security guard. It was his black security guard they sent. So I told him I should stop coming to the hotel. They were going to arrest me. And I told them, I was recording that with my tape recorder. I told them, I come here to gamble. Also, I have proof and everything. They said, but we don't care. Don't come back here. We're going to be arrested. We don't want you. We don't want your types here. So, but they wanted whites and stuff. Even a Nigerian American
Said Trump kicked her out of the White House, also sent a security guard to kick her out. Said it's very racist like that. And he instructs his staff to be racist also. Said he uses the word nigger, while she was in The Apprentice. I said that was, and so I believe, the FBI, he has friends in the FBI also that snitched to him. That is, I was a male then, and now I'm a female. That snitched to him that a Nigerian is trying to sue you around 2011, and since then I've been under his bad book, like Cohen said, that he had a hit list. And then when the police killed Eric Garner, he found out, I was suing also when Eric Garner helped me. So I believe this is why he was calling Nigeria a shithole country. So the U.S. senators that said he was calling Nigeria a shithole country, I don't think they're lying. Because the FBI should be subpoenaed to produce I used to go use the bathroom in his hotel while I visited his hotel to gamble and stuff. I'm not a gambler, but I was just doing it because I was homeless on the street. And the Legal Aid Society said the city of New York should give me a hotel room. This filed a lawsuit in the 1990s that anybody, because they said anytime people are vacated like that, they would just be roaming the streets until the criminals rob them or hurt them, or they get sex trafficked. So the Legal Aid Society sued the city of New York, and there was a settlement agreement that they're supposed to give people like me a hotel room, and they never gave me a hotel room. They were given to Black Americans. I have a green card. My mother was a U.S. citizen, and they never gave us a hotel room. So my mother told me that a prophet told her that she was going to give birth to a miraculous child, and that child will be known all over the world. It's going to be in the news. So I believe the Nigerian government will try to deport me, and they believe maybe I could do a miracle. As a matter of fact, when my mother was about to die, she told me she was dreaming, seeing herself dead. And she told me when she was in Nigeria, she used to go to the synagogue, Church of Our Nation, and the pastor there used to claim he could resurrect the dead. And truly, she said she had a friend from America who was Nigerian also, and she met the friend in the Nigerian church called synagogue, church. And she said the friend told her that she had died, that the friend died. The friend said the daughter killed the friend. Said the daughter was mad that the mother didn't give birth to her in America, gave birth to other people in America, but not her, and killed the daughter. They killed her in Nigeria. Killed the mother in Nigeria. As the mother was in the mortuary for 3 months, and it said somebody in the family went and prayed. We came to the church with the pastor gave them anointed prayer stuff. I told them to go and pray for the dead woman, and they prayed for the dead woman, and the woman resurrected. So my mother said she was in the church, and the woman came and met her. Said, "Aren't you Esther from New York?" And my mother was like, "Yeah, I'm Esther from New York." Said, "Yeah," and the mother, I think that the lady's name was Flora. The daughter's name was Flora also. He said, and truly the daughter Flora killed my mother. I said, "Yeah, and my mother said, I'm Flora from New York also." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Wow." My mother was so shocked. I said, "What are you doing? What are you doing in Nigeria?" And the mother said, "Why are you in this church?" I said, I believe the lady's name is Flora. I said, the lady told her, our daughter Flora allegedly killed her, and she was in the mortuary for 3 months. I said the pastor sent somebody to go pray, and they said, and the woman got healed and woke up alive. And my mother said she was telling the woman to describe how is it like being dead. And they said the woman said, when you die, you go to another world. You're able to see this world. And he said, some people have the ability to come back, but they always hide from relatives. They say they have, saying all this kind of stuff, that they have meetings they do at nighttime in the graveyard, that people that need power come and pray. It's like, my mother was like, it was just too much. My mother was saying she was really, really scared of the woman. Like she was like, and the woman would come and hug her. And so my mother said she was really scared of the woman, So my mother said she always tried to avoid the woman because the woman started saying all this crazy stuff, So my mother doesn't even know if it was true or not, But she said, So, but my mother said it happened, that she did meet a woman that claimed she rose up from the dead. So,
And the FBI was monitoring my phone, my discussion with my mother. So my mother said before I was born, somebody told her that she was going to give birth to a child, and the child is going to be so miraculous. So when my mother died, I went to the medical examiner's office. I told her I wanted to pray for my mother. That my mother said a friend, somebody prayed for a friend, and a friend rose up. And the medical examiner said, no, we don't allow that here in America. You can't pray for your mother. So I was suing that I want to pray for my mother at the Manhattan Civil Court, Supreme Court. And I think Trump heard about it, that I was suing because I want to pray for my dead mother. And he said Trump wasn't planning to run for president. He was supporting Hillary because he flip-flops. He supported Republicans, he supported Democrats. And Hillary said Trump was a friend and supported her to run. But as soon as my mother was killed and I was suing, I think Trump thought I was going to make money. It was all about the money. And that's when he was coming down the escalator and said he's running for president. It made it look like he was coming down from heaven. I think that was to mock me, because I was trying to pray for my mother to be resurrected back to earth. I said he had the police commissioner by his side, Bernard Kerik. And that Bernard Kerik made a statement after my mother went on WB11 News at night in 2010 and said the NYPD is a terrorist organization. Bernard Kerik said some people are losers that live in basement apartment with their children. And they said that Bernard Kerik was with Trump. So and Cohen said, that guy is one of his hitmen. And Bernard Kerik is a former police commissioner. So I don't know if it's Bernard Kerik that ordered Erdogan to be killed, because he was mad at my mother was talking about the police was the NYPD was terrorists. They said that Bernard Kerik was with Trump as Trump was riding down the golden escalator, like Obama would say. Said Kerik was by his side, and it's like they were making fun of me. That I was trying to resurrect my mother from the dead. And they said, Trump said, now he's running for office. And then before then, I was hanging out in front of Trump's house on Fifth Avenue. He came with his Jeep, with his SUV, and his driver almost tried to hit me, and I had to run away. And I was asking people, who was that man in the back seat of the SUV? They said, that's Trump. I said, so he lives here, so the FBI surveillance will pick me up. Then Trump went and boasted I could kill somebody on Fifth Avenue, I could get away with it. And then he also said, Nigerian, African country Shido, I believe he was referencing, he was trying to make me remember. So I gotcha, you were trying to sue me because my security guard chased you out of the bathroom in my hotel. I think it was passing a message to me. I was the only one that could understand it. That message, that's why I call African country. Even the Democrats were like, they don't understand why Trump told them to. He said that in front of them because he knows they were going to tell on him. I think he was trying to pass the message to me, just to mentally torture me. He's been doing this to mentally torture me. On my birthday, he brought immigration agent to New York. I think he's paying me back for trying to sue him. I need to let it go. My life is ruined. All my stuff is stolen. And he said he's going to come back and deport everybody. So it must be aware the Nigerian government, they want me deported because they need somebody that may be doing miracles for money or whatever. Because a Nigerian prophet that used to resurrect people from the dead, they say he died in Nigeria. So Nigeria is broken. He said they used to bring Americans into Nigeria. His name is Pastor Joshua. They say he used to bring tourists to Nigeria. So I think that's why they want to kidnap me, claim I'm crazy, and have me transferred to Nigeria so I could be doing miracles for money and kidnap me. So that's why they don't want me to get justice. And the Nigerian government wouldn't have Erdogan and make sure every evidence for Erdogan was stolen, because they told me they were going to pay for my storage. I even told them my passport has been stolen, and the Nigerian government wouldn't issue me a new passport. And I guess to lure me to come to the Nigerian embassy, they said, all of a sudden, they said Nigeria now has a new system called social security number. You have to come to the embassy to register for a social security number to get a passport. Because I had a Nigerian passport, and normally you can renew it online and they'll mail it to you. 2019, when I told the Nigerian government that my passport had been stolen, they said the Nigerian government introduced a social security number for the first time for Nigeria. Nigeria never had it. African countries don't have it. I said, people have to come into the embassy. But I'm scared to go to the Nigerian embassy to renew my passport because I heard about a journalist here in America
from Saudi Arabia called Kaginoki, was working for the Washington Post. They said he went to renew his passport, and the Saudi embassy told him to go to Pakistan. His passport will be waiting for him. He said he traveled to Pakistan from America. He went into the embassy and never came out. They said people saw his body parts flung on the street. So I'm afraid I'm going to be kidnapped and deported if I go to the Nigerian embassy. So I don't have a passport. So I'm a victim of being kidnapped. So I believe the American media are aware about it. I contacted New York Times. I sent them a message to their WhatsApp. New York Times immediately deleted their WhatsApp. New York Times said they need people. If you have any new story, and I sent them video, like hours. They didn't help me. New York Times didn't help me. So I believe the American media knows about it, and they believe it's much fun. There's something called news sensationalism. They believe this will be a big story. They want the story to explode. My black life doesn't matter to them. So they don't mind if I die, so they can turn it into a big story and do a movie about it. So that's why the American media is not trying to help me. And I believe some of them want to sexually traffic me and claim I'm their surrogate. And I have a child with them, adopted child with them. So the child will inherit everything in case I get killed in Nigeria or here. So I believe this is what this Ebro is trying to do, but that's why he's playing games. And Ebro, I need assistance. I don't need your games, but I'm not trying to be your baby mama. So anytime, so I believe this is why I said jail isn't fun. To threaten me to submit. And the FBI was recording me yesterday as I was uploading the video to my YouTube yesterday. That I think Ebro sent this guy to me to buy me food. And said and the guy was a black American male. He was a light-skinned black American male. And he was very good looking. So I was like, why would a good-looking black American male was very tall? I was like, why would he want to take me to a restaurant to eat? I'm a homeless Nigerian transsexual. So it was kind of weird. He said he wants to go to and sit down in a restaurant with me. I was like, why would it? Because Americans call people like me bums. So I'm like, why would he want to? He was dressed very well. I said he wants to go and sit down in the restaurant and eat with me. And as soon as he brought me the food, he did a peace sign and left. So I don't know what that. I don't know if that means he paid for 2 kids or whatever. So please, I don't have any agreement to have 2 children or whatever with Ebro or anybody else. So I was trying to upload the video yesterday. While I was uploading the video yesterday, at Fulton Hall area, a little kid came by me, a white kid. I said, submit. And the kid went away. So that, it was a white kid with a mother. The FBI surveillance will pick it up. So I'm a victim of sexual trafficking. So I was like, why is this kid telling Shadi submit? So they're putting words out there. I believe this Ebro may have sent that kid. And this may be a scam. They're trying to have a baby with me and claim the child would inherit everything. And even Trump said something. He said when it's become president, he said when he becomes president, it's going to be dictator from day one. He says he's going to deport everybody. So I believe he's going to deport me also. And he said they're going to drill and drill and drill and drill and drill. So we're going to be drilling. So I believe it's encouraging people like Ebro to go ahead and drill and drill and drill and drill and drill and drill and drill. Commit child trafficking, maybe claim I'm a surrogate, and I authorize them, and I authorize them to have a baby for me, so the baby will inherit everything in America. And they'll say agreement's an agreement, just like the black American actress that got played. She married a black American male, and they didn't have any child, and they had a nasty relationship, so they divorced. So the black American actress thought she wasn't going to pay him anything because he was working and she was making more money. But and he went to court and told the court that, while they were married, this is not even funny. That while they were married, she told them to adopt a child from China. And the black American was like, she was like, I didn't want a Chinese baby. Who was it? I don't mean to be racist, but I'm just trying to make light of it. It's not funny, but that's how absurd it was. I don't really know the story so good, but this guy adopted a baby from China. And the black American actress was saying, Judge, this guy's so desperate, he adopted a baby from China, because that was the easiest way to get a baby so he could get child support. And the judge said, no, we believe him that you told him to adopt the baby from China and you're stuck for 21 years paying child support. I don't remember the story real good. That story may have been on Wendy Williams' show. She was on radio back then. I used to listen to her on and off. The story may be a little different. Doesn't mean I'm crazy and I'm making stuff up. So I believe that all of the black American media is aware, and as an African immigrant, and they want to pay me back and mess with me. So I believe this is what this Ibro is doing. And he always shouts Queens, 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 Queens. So, so I believe on his radio show they'll be shouting Queens, 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 Queens. So I believe, maybe they plan to hire a surrogate female and have children and claim I authorized them. I didn't authorize nobody. I'm not a queen and I don't need no queen. I'm just me. So I'm in danger of being sexually trafficked. If you don't have a green card, please, Alvin Bragg, please help me. My friend has been killed. I recorded. My mother's been killed. And even they said during the Young Thug case, they were trying to use this rap lyric against him, that he was talking about crime he committed, and he claims he was just talking at random. They said this kind of thing is hard to decode when people talk in code like this. So, but please don't be afraid, Alvin Bragg and the Brooklyn DA, to take this case to court. Because I've been getting punched in the head, and this Ibro will talk about someone's going to get punched. And yesterday the FBI surveillance will pick it up. A kid walked by me as I was trying to upload the video to YouTube of another guy that it was a very handsome black American male, taller than me. He was light skinned, and he had a swag. He was well dressed, and I was so shocked. I was saying he wants to take me to eat in a restaurant and wants to sit together and eat. I felt like he wanted to do it for the camera appearance. I was like, why would a very handsome black American male want to date an African homeless? They call us bums, homeless people. I can't even get a lawyer in America. When I try to talk to a lawyer, they'll cross the street, walk away from me. I'll tell them the later I regard as friend. I need a lawyer. So I'm so shocked. Like, why would this guy want to take me to a restaurant? And as soon as he bought me the food, he already left and did the peace sign not to me, to the worker, to the Arab guy. So I'm like, this is where it was, and it was insulting the Arab guy. Like, why is he trying to swindle us? He said the price of the food was $8, and he changed it to $12, and then he did a peace sign and quickly left. And I think I asked him for his phone number after that or something, and he told me no. So I'm like, just to keep evidence. I'm like, so why would you want to go sit with me in a restaurant to eat and you don't even want to give me your phone number? And he did a peace sign, and the camera would have caught it, from the food store. It's called Brothers Food Court, So I think they just want to acquire a lot of evidence. So in case I'm killed, they can go to court and be like, yep, I was into the deal. All I wanted was food, and now the baby would inherit everything. And Trump was saying, when he becomes president, he's going to drill. America's going to be drilling. So America's going to be drilling so bad. Even Biden, he's been saying it's now time to have a young, new people replace the old. The Biden administration wouldn't help me. I used to talk on the train that please help me contact Biden. I also sent him a message. It wouldn't help me. I think they're afraid of paying money to the Regatta family. That's why they don't want to help me. And And they said Biden sent a message to the Nigerian president. So I started talking bad about Biden this year. I said, that I believe Biden is corrupt and Trump is corrupt and people should vote for a third person. So, so I was so mad. So I was on the train. They said Biden called the Nigerian president and said, we are committed that the future of the world is in Africa, and we're committed to having the future of the world reside in Africa. Said the future of the world is reside in Africa, and we're committed to that. I said, I believe that message will be about me. And since then, there have been attempts to arrest me and dump me in the psych ward and deport me from the psych ward. A lot of Nigerians get deported like that. So I'm going to find that, I'm going to try to find that story, where Biden called the Nigerian president, and it was such a creepy message, and it's so hard decoding all these messages, because even Biden, they said he was supposed to be arrested because he was making shady deals with the president of China. But he claims he's mentally ill and doesn't remember nothing. So all his son is going to prison. So he's a very corrupt guy. Trump is very corrupt. I don't know why America is cursed with corrupt leaders. So I'm trying to find the story of. I just read it this morning, where Biden said he called the Nigerian president up last month and said we're committed. Said the future of the world. Said the future of the world would be residing in Africa, and we're committed to that. And that statement doesn't even make any sense, except it was trying to pass a code to the Nigerian government that we're going to deport that Nigerian soon. Get ready. And they've been trying to lock me up in the psych ward. Police officers will kick the door open when I'm in the bathroom, and they'll do things to make me angry. So they can have a justification to lock me up in the psych ward. So I'm trying to find that. I'm trying to find that story. But I really can't locate that story now. So that's kind of weird that I'm still searching with my second phone, if I could locate that story, but I'm sure people can Google it, and they can use words like future of the world would reside in Africa, and America is committed to that, the future of the world. So, so I believe they may be hinting at, me possibly being raped in Nigeria, so they can have a child. I'm a transsexual. I'm not seeking to have a child, and to have a child that will collect all the money, and they will be the one to take care of the child, and they could possibly kill me. That's why I believe this Biden called the president of Nigeria last month and said, so they need to investigate. They said that there was an American businessman. He's an Arab that naturalized. He was a former military guy. He naturalized to become a citizen, and he was committing fraud. The Nigerian government said he duped Nigeria of billions of dollars. And Biden wants him returned to America. He was arrested in Nigeria. I don't remember his name. He's an Arab, Lebanese, I believe. He came to America, became a naturalized citizen. And I don't know if he paid money to the Biden administration, but they said Biden gets money and gives political favor. And he would lie that he doesn't remember nothing. That's why they can't charge him. So I believe I may be sold out by Biden. So they said Biden wants this guy returned to America because Nigeria said he stole billions of dollars from Nigerian government and crashed the Nigerian economy. So Nigeria economy is sinking. They say it may have stolen up to $100 billion from the Nigerian economy. So they said they put him in a luxury hotel in Nigeria because he's an American citizen, and Americans get the best treatment in the world, even if they steal billions of dollars from Nigeria. So they put him in a luxury hotel in Nigeria. They said he ran away, went to Kenya, fled from the hotel, and the Kenyan government deported him because Nigeria put him on Interpol, International Police arrest warrant. So they deported him back to Nigeria. The Kenyan government didn't send him to America, they deported him back to Nigeria. So they said the Nigeria sent the congressman that they want this guy back in America. I don't know if he paid up to the Democrats. So and said Biden also called the Nigerian president. So the Nigerian government released them to come back to America. They said he doesn't like to be in Nigerian prison, so they have no choice. I'm like, you Nigerian government sold every gunner out, and a white Lebanese guy who has a U.S. passport stole billions of dollars from Nigeria, and you send him back to America just like that? What's the catch? So in my head, I'm thinking that, here's the catch. Biden called the Nigerian president last month and said the future of the world resides in Africa, and we're committed to make that happen. We thank you, Nigeria, for sending back the American criminal back to America. I believe I'm the catch. So they plan to arrest me, put me in psych ward. Everybody wins. I get deported to Nigeria. Erigana family suffer forever. They can't resolve the Erigana's case. And the Nigerian government can make babies off of me and get all the money through the babies and just kill me off. See if I can do miracles or not, and just kill me off. So they're trading Erigana. So please, Mountain DA, I'm Besha Merain. As soon as Biden steps out of office, please arrest him. Please Google this information. Where Biden called Nigeria and was talking in codes to the Nigerian president. Please, in the name of Erigana, don't let him die in vain. Erigana wanted to help me. He said, I'm going to help you. And he said something. He said, in case I'm unable to help you, he said, continue going to court by yourself. So you have a good case. And weeks later, the police went and killed Erigana. And was saying, why is the police bothering him? They should leave him alone. And they killed him. So this is creepy. So please, if possible, as Biden steps out of office, please Alvin Bragg issue an arrest warrant for Biden. I would have preferred, because Trump, used misrepresented facts to win the election. It did in 2020, did it again. I would have preferred they lock him up in prison. So please contact the judge. Please, Alvin Bragg, tell them you change your mind based on new information. You may need to arrest Biden also. If the judge can lock Trump up, because I'm witness to a lot of stuff, and my life will be in danger if he steps in the White House. If Trump steps in the White House. So this is very serious. So as I'm talking right now, I'm still trying to search. I'm still trying to search for the information where Biden called the Nigerian president last month and said they're still committed to make sure the future of the world resides in Africa. I have a green card. Okay.
This is it. Yeah, this is from the American Embassy. The American Embassy in Nigeria. So very good. Very good. Yeah. So do a Google search. Biden Tinubu, that's the Nigerian president, committed to making sure the future of the world resides in Africa. So my mother used to say, and the FBI surveillance picked up my mother saying that. So before I was born, a prophet told her she was going to give birth to a child. The child was going to be so famous, going to do a lot of miracles. So Nigeria is broke, and they said that there was a Nigerian prophet. His name is, I don't remember his name. He had dreadlocks. He said Nigeria was going to become a Christian nation, and people are going to be coming to Nigeria for miracles. So Nigeria was going to become the new Jerusalem. So they may think they're doing a spiritual thing to kidnap me and rape me in Nigeria and see if I can do miracles. If I can't, kill me off and take the money and claim I have children. And then, so this is the U.S. Embassy in Nigeria saying, acknowledging. So my mother's daughter's name is Bolanle, and the Nigeria's president name is Bola. So I believe, so they want to help the Nigerian, and my mother's daughters, Bolanle and Flora, get away with killing my mother, and they'll be so happy to see me gone, because I have evidence. They came to Manhattan, violated HIPAA, and just like you, Alvin Bragg is putting this guy in court. His name is he killed Dana Penny. He killed a black American called Jordan Neely, and you're claiming it's reckless, and you're charging him with negligent homicide. I believe my mother's daughters should be charged with negligent homicide, even though they were talking to people that wanted to kill my mother. They can be charged with murder also, because they violated HIPAA. My mother didn't want them in the hospital with her. They came to the hospital. Even my mother didn't tell me what hospital she was in. She didn't want nobody in the hospital with her, because she was very afraid that somebody may sell her out. And the daughters violated HIPAA law, came to the hospital and told the hospital to lock her up. That's reckless endangerment, and my mother died when they told the hospital to lock her up in the psych ward. So that is just like this guy, Dana Penny, is being charged with negligent homicide for killing a black American, Jordan Neely. If my mother's daughters are not charged, I believe Jordan Neely can sue for double standard, unequal application of the law, because the case is like so similar, except my mother, my mother's daughter may lie that they wanted her in the psych ward because they were trying to help her. My mother wasn't crazy, and the FBI phone intercept would show she wasn't crazy, because my mother was calling me and telling me what was happening. Our daughters were just harassing her. And my mother said she was going to sue that hospital also, because that hospital started joining it to harass her. So so please search for the story online. So it was to free the cryptocurrency guy. So they have sold me out. They said this Biden, so Biden may not be so crazy, because the fact that the name of the guy is the name of the guy they may have sold me out for is Tigran Gambaryan. They said he stole like $100 billion from Nigeria in crypto fraud. And Nigeria now is broke. They love Nigerians are broke, and they said the U.S. government brought their congressman that they want this guy free. They need him back in America immediately. And I don't know if he paid money to the Biden and the Democrats, because they said Biden was selling America's to China and stuff through his son. Say Biden is thanking the Nigerian government for cooperating.
Cooperating on what? Selling me out possibly? You know. So I believe is you know. You see, they said it stole almost $100 billion allegedly, or up to that. So these African countries, after slavery ended, they're still selling their people out. Okay, so it's on the White House website, so I'm not crazy making things up. You know. But I believe they use the word committed. It's the future of Africa. Said the future of the world they're committed to making sure the future of the world resides in Africa. You know, that's what Biden said. I was like, what kind of English is this? You know, so clearly they were selling me out. Also, there's a Black American basketball player. You know, I've been getting beat up by Black American. You know, and anytime I talk about my mother's daughter, you know, some Black Americans will show up, kick me. You know, and there's a Black American basketball player, and it was, you know, laughing. You know, online. I follow his account. His name is what's his name again? I don't remember his name right now. I'm not crazy. It's just there's so much going on. You know, he plays in California. I've talked about him before, and it was saying congratulations, Thunderlegs. I used to hide under Thunder VPN. Now I use a Proton VPN. You know, and because people were hacking into my phone. You know, and people were hacking into my phone, and I used to hide under a Thunder VPN to try to block people from hacking into my phone. And then there's some Black Americans came and were kicking me. My mother said her daughter Bolanle knows how to kick people real good. That she knows how to do judo and stuff. And she used to beat up people in school. And she beat up a white family also. So I believe this Black American guy is a basketball player. After some Black American females jumped me, I ran across the street and they followed me. Cars almost hit me. Around December 2021, as soon as Eric Adams won the mayorship, so I think they believe, you know, they can kill me and Eric Adams wouldn't help me. So I ran into a white-owned store, and the owner of the store called 911. I called 911 also. And the police came, and they said, you know, they're not going to do a police report. And those Black American kids destroyed the store also. They were holding a metal pipe in their hand. They wanted to lynch me to death. And the police said no police report. You know, so I believe the plan is in to either beat me up and kill me, or have the police shoot me dead, or have me put in psych ward, and then people would claim I was their surrogate, or hired them as surrogate to have children, and my mother's daughter would be the fake witness and will claim, yeah, she knows me, and the name is Bolanle, and I always wanted to have surrogate children as a gay. And maybe this is what this Trump was referring to. This is what this Trump is referring to. He said as soon as he becomes president, America is going to drill and drill and drill and drill and drill. He said America is going to drill so much, so I'm the one they plan to drill. So this is crazy. You know, please save me from sexual trafficking. Alvin Bragg, you know, this is crazy. My friend Eric Garner, don't let him die in vain. This is so crazy. You know, so people have been luring me. You know, they will say nice stuff, like they're nice people. So I will contact them online to beg for money, and they won't give me nothing. Oh, the name of the Black American is Damon Lillard. His name is Damon Lillard. That's I forgot his name. Now I remember. So after these Black American kids beat me up, kicked me, they were just kicking me, and one guy was recording it, and it's kind of weird. I'm like, why are these kids only kicking me? To remind me of my mother's daughter, likes to kick, to let me know that the kick was sponsored by her. And I was running away from. They chased me across the street. Cars almost hit me on Atlantic Avenue, close to the Atlantic Avenue Nets basketball stadium. And cars were swerving. Those kids could have been dead. I don't know how much they paid those kids to kill themselves while trying to kill me. And they had a metal pipe. And a white American was in the store. I ran in there and I saw those kids with a metal pipe. And they came into the store. They destroyed the store. It was like a movie. And the corner when I was recording everything. So the FBI surveillance tape would see it. And the NYPD showed up and they said no police report. And the white guy said he wants a police report. And the white police officer were blinking at him, giving him the blinking eye. Blinking their eye so fast to tell him, cooperate with us. We're not going to give you a police report. You're good. This is nobody. So please, I'm being sold out. So please, Alvin Bragg, please help me. I believe your media is aware. It's aware. Instead of help me, I believe they don't want to help me because I'm African. And they believe they help me, I'm going to make so much money. And what are they going to get in return? So they don't want to do no free job. I believe that's what it's about. And that's why they want to scare me to agree to have a child with them and then get me killed eventually and get all the money for themselves. So they want to be a player, and this is horrible. This is horrible. And there has to be a standard, and the world is going in disarray, and people need to be ashamed of themselves. So I believe the plot is to kill me through random stranger attack or police shooting me and saying I'm creating a problem, I'm trespassing, because and they're having, even I went to the McDonald's bathroom. I was trying to use the bathroom on Sunday, November 17th, and the McDonald's worker called 911 on me. Said I look like a type that would shit on the floor. And they got me so angry and called the police on me. And the police officer were like, if the McDonald's workers tell you look like the type that would shit on the floor, then then don't go back there. So we're going to arrest you if I go back to McDonald's. So they've been trying to get me to mess up my parents, just to honor, because a lot of them are aware. I also have a problem with the Me Too. After Arugana was killed, I called the Me Too lawyer, Gloria Allred. I told her Arugana was helping me with my case, a sexual harassment case. And the police went and choked him dead because the police actually harassed me when they kicked me out of the home. And I said, and the police went and choked Arugana dead. And I said, I need her to help me sue the police. I said, I have the case in court that Arugana was helping me with 13 CV 5052. And Gloria Allred said she can't help me because she's taking Weinstein to court. And the police is taking Weinstein and our case to court. And if she helps me, the police would drop the Weinstein case. I said because of that. So that Weinstein case is true bribery of the police. So Alvin Bragg, you may have to do something to that Weinstein R. Kelly case. So please, I would like to work with you as much as possible to ensure justice is done. And please subpoena my FBI phone call, my FBI records. They were surveilling that phone call. Gloria already refused to help me, saying if she helps me against the police, because the police actually harassed me. Please read my court papers 13 CV 5052 in Brooklyn Federal Court, where I sued the police for taking my home and sexually harassing me when they strip searched me. And Arugana was helping me with that court papers when the police went and choked him dead. And Gloria Allred said she can't help me because if she helped me, the police will drop the case against R. Kelly and Weinstein, and she wants to make money for her client. So I'm also picking up more stories from Nigerian newspapers. There was one paper that said committed, that the U.S. is committed to make sure the future resides in Africa, the future of the world. So I believe I'm the one they're making fun of, because my mother said, a prophet said, before I was born, I was going to be born, and I was going to be so popular, I was going to be doing miracles. And when I came into America, all the churches I go to, even there's a church
the prophets will say, tell me that God is going to do things very amazing in my life, and the whole world will be so amazed. So this is the Nigerian newspaper picking up the story of the Nigerian government releasing an American who allegedly did fraud on Nigerian and like up to $100 billion possibly, and crashed the Nigerian economy. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's not 100 billion. It's just a few $1,000,000. I thought it was 100 billion, but regardless, I thought it was 100 billion. But so there are people speculating that the damage to the Nigerian economy may be up to 100 billion or so. But it's just a few $1,000,000, so I guess it's fine to sell me out for a few $1,000,000. I thought I was even thinking it's 100 billion. I'm just being sarcastic. So fraud is fraud. So maybe Biden needs to be arrested. I may be a nobody. My friend Arugana may be considered nobody. But Black lives should matter. Black lives should matter. And all I have is my old phones, $20 phones I'm using, maybe like $30. And Biden has all the tools in the world. But justice must be done. And this is very important to make sure justice is done. But but there was a particular website that actually used the word, the exact word committed, and said Biden said the future of the world is going to reside in Africa, and the U.S. is committed to make that happen. And and they've been trying to commit me in the psych ward. I don't mean to be going on and on and on. I'm still searching for that particular statement. Which could, it was alleged that Biden said this in a phone call so so this is what is going on. So this is what is going on. It's just so much. But in the White House, in the Twitter page, they didn't use the word committed. Acknowledging they spoke with the Nigerian president, Biden didn't use the word. But the Nigerian website picked it up that he actually used the word committed with that, and said something along the line that the future of the world would reside in Africa, and America is committed to make that happen. So this one, so this what is going on. So, and justice must be served. That nobody's allowed to make America a sex trafficking center for the world. And and the media here refused to help me and stuff, and that has to be investigated also. You know, you know, so okay, in the future of Africa, you know, so it's not so clear. You know, they said the future of the world reside in Africa. Okay. And they use the word committed to make sure it's you know. But it's just so interesting that even though the Biden administration wanted the guy released, even though he had committed fraud, and there was a particular website. I can't locate that website right now. There was a particular website that detailed it, that Biden actually said they're committed to make sure to make it happen that the future of the world resides in Africa. And then Trump was saying America's going to be drilling. We're going to be drilling so much when he becomes president. So I believe that may be a sexual harassment connotation regarding me, and they plan to do surrogate fraud. Like they said, a Black American actress, her husband, said she told them to go and adopt a baby from China while they were about to get divorced. So and the court believed him, and said she has to pay child support for 21 years. And also when I go to Stanley Ferry, they'll call me garbage. And garbage, and all of a sudden Trump started using the word garbage, that immigrants are garbage, and Biden also joined in and said, no, Trump supporters are the garbage. And back then, when I go to Stanley Ferry, even up to this year, they'll call me garbage. The security guards and the police, wouldn't help me, and they were harassing me. So I was on the train telling people to help me call Biden and tell him to intervene, to file a civil rights claim against the Stanley Ferry Marine Terminal for calling me garbage when I tried to use the bathroom. And then Trump started using the word garbage, the immigrants are garbage and stuff. So there's just too much evidence to show this Trump has been referring, this Trump has been referring about my situation from shithole country to, and there was a time also, during the COVID, Trump was telling people to take bleach, to drink bleach. It was me who was trying to kill, because I was talking about him, that people shouldn't vote for him. And he must have found out from the FBI surveillance of me. Something is going on about this FBI surveillance, because after I was released from immigration prison, the FBI was surveilling me. So I ordered a product online, an acid. They said acid kills diseases. So I drank that acid and I used it on my body, and I had skin burn. I was taken to the hospital with skin burn. So I'm into naturopathy. So Trump knew I was into naturopathy because he was the president then, and I believe the FBI must have snitched to him that if you're trying to kill this person, maybe through naturopathy. So during the COVID, Trump blocked even the head of the health department, the federal health department, ordered things to be ordered masks to be shipped to New York from China. Said Trump blocked it, and Trump started telling people to drink bleach. Say if you drink bleach, it's gonna cure COVID. They said a lady drank bleach in Florida and died. It was me that Trump was trying to kill. I almost drank bleach. He was trying to shut me up after they locked me up in the psych ward, and I came out alive and I was still talking. He was telling people to drink bleach. I almost drank bleach. I thought he was the president. If I drank bleach, I wouldn't get COVID, because I was out on the street. And somebody was sending people that would be coughing on me, spitting on me, and be sneezing on me. I'd be running away. They'd be chasing me, sneezing and spitting on me. And during that time, Trump said, if people need to be drinking bleach. I almost drank bleach. There's a lady drank bleach allegedly and died. And also they said there's a lady in Florida
She was in the nursing home then. In Florida, she stays in the nursing home in Florida. She's in coma for 10 years. She's been coma, and she said there was a nurse that was raping her every day, and she became pregnant and gave birth to a baby. And the nursing home tried to cover it up. Said they don't know. They said she must have been pregnant for 10 years, and her mother was alive, and the mother did a DNA test on the baby, and they found out it was the male nurse taking care of her that raped her. So I think part of the reason why they want to lock me up in the psych ward is to rape me and sell my sperm to Nigeria to produce a miracle baby, and they can just get me assassinated in America and claim I miraculously have a miracle baby with a DNA in Nigeria and get all the money. So this is international sex trafficking. I'm based here in Manhattan, and your police, your rogue police, believe if they can just hurt me or get me deported. The Texas police did it to a Nigerian. You can Google online. They arrested him, beat him up, and deported him to Nigeria. Said it was crazy. I read about it here in America, in a Nigerian newspaper. They said the American police does it regularly. Every Nigerian knows about it. So this is real, and Trump. That's why Trump got me locked up in 2019. His son-in-law Kushner was friends with the director of the NYU hospital. They said they were making plans to deport me. Why would you let Trump become president again? When I was campaigning against him, and he was trying to deport me, they said that's the best way to deport somebody. Every Nigerian knows about it. And Alvin Bragg, please rescind your decision based on new evidence and ask Trump to be sentenced. Please, please, please. My mother's a U.S. citizen. Her name is Esther Labapo. She's been killed by daughters. They're making Manhattan and New York the mafia center of the world. I don't even think in Italy the mafia are this wild. If the whole world hears about it, they may travel ban New York forever. But don't do it for the world. Do it because you're a person of integrity. Do it for justice. This is not fair. That Eric Garner would die in vain. Trump said is Barr. Anthony Barr forgot to file Eric Garner's case in court. Do you really buy that? It was obstructing justice for my friend Eric Garner. And I believe the beef he has with me started from me going to his hotel after the NYP kicked me out, and his security guard throwing me out because I was black and I would normally come there to use the bathroom. And I gamble. I'm not a gambler, but I just gamble, just to keep busy. And they threw me out, and I tape recorded his security guys. I'm going to sue you, and I'm going to sue your owner for racial profiling. Because I said it's all white people in this hotel right now. I'm like the only few black here, and you're profiling me, and you're disgracing me. I said I have you on tape recorded. So I believe that's the beef he has with me. Somebody snitched on me to him. And since that Uganda has died, I came back to New York from New Jersey. I left New York. I left New Jersey. So they impeded my movement. And I never went back to gamble again. I never went back. I used to meet people, that would gamble with me, give me their phone number. All my stuff has been stolen. Really high network Americans, some of them executive, and they used to tell me if you ever have any problem, call us on the phone. We're going to help you. And my storage was stolen, so I'm stranded. I can't call these people. I don't have their phone number no more. I can't move freely in America. I'm just on the street, and your police will come and kick the door open on me in the bathroom and try to shoot me because they say African lives don't matter. And like Abdullah Wimmer that your police raped in the bathroom, they're waterboarding me. Waterboarding is when you apply so much pressure to somebody, because the human body has pipes, the lungs, the excretory system, and when I need to use the bathroom, when they distract me and don't let me use the bathroom, they said a lady died in America here of colon rupture. A guy died because she couldn't go to the bathroom early. She was holding it in for too long, and a guy died in China. They say he got drunk and needed to pee but didn't get up, and his bladder ruptured and died. So please check your police arrest him in the bathroom, and your janitors and the McDonald's worker. On Sunday, the McDonald's worker wouldn't let me use the bathroom in Brooklyn, 86th Street and 4-5 in the McDonald's. They say blacks like me normally shit on the floor. It was a Spanish McDonald's worker and was laughing. And I called the police, and the police told me, well, if they don't want you, then don't go back there. I was like, blacks don't shit on the floor. And the police was like, we don't care. But don't go back there, otherwise we're going to arrest you. So I think they're just trying to arrest me and deport me and mess up my record. And Eric Adams said, because Trump says he's going to throw out Eric Adams' case out of the federal court. So Eric Adams says he's going to help him deport people. So I'm being sold out left, right, center. I'm the late Eric Adams friend. Please, I will brag. Please, America, please speak out for me. It's just so much, so much. It's 2 hours already. It's so much.